Are we back? I'm thinking we're back. I quoted a movie. Woohoo! Bonus points for me. Alright, we should be good. It's just a finicky issue with the drivers. It's all good now. Calm yourselves. It will be okay. Alright, look at that. We're good to go. Alright, so what I want to do, guys, is get this body built, and hopefully we can knock it out faster than it used to take. But looking at it now, I'm thinking that's not going to happen. But it might. We'll see. I would like to put some seams on the pants today. Hey, who wants to talk about the new Luke Cage series, season 2? I would like to mention something about it that is absolutely infuriatingly annoying to me. The relationship between Shades and the lady in charge of the bad guys couldn't be more forced and annoying. Why is that a thing? Holy crap, it's annoying. It is incredibly annoying. What is up with that? There couldn't be less chemistry between people. Bushmaster's fine. I haven't finished the season. Don't spoil anything. I'm almost done with it. I like Bushmaster plenty. I think Bushmaster's way better than Cottonmouth, Copperhead, whatever his name was before. But that relationship between Shades and the lady, holy crap, no. It's so weird. It doesn't... Ugh. I didn't mind Shades before, but now he serves no purpose for anything at all. It's the most awkward thing. It's so freaking weird. Thanks, Mahesh Parmar. I appreciate it. But that whole relationship just makes no sense. Why not? Season 1 was good enough. The bad guy sucked, but Luke Cage was likable. Well, I don't mean because of the way it's written. It just doesn't make any sense. It's totally contrived. They had virtually no relationship in the first season. Now all of a sudden they're constantly sticking their tongues down each other's throats. It's gross. And there's zero chemistry. Yeah, Dark. Not Dillard, Stokes. Yeah, I saw the Titans trailer and it was disgusting. It was garbage. I'm in the middle of episode 10. I fell asleep last night while I was watching it. I'm almost done. I'm so glad they added Danny Rand into this season, because, you know, he was so successful in his own show, they figured, let's put him in another one. Let's just go over to here with it. It did have a weird pacing to it, I'll tell you that much. Since I'm only up to 10, it felt weird to me how they... I don't know, the story just doesn't quite work. It is 10 after 6. Hey guys, I'm working on a top 10 list of 2018 so far, like the best 10 so far if I had to make the list today. And this year kind of sucks for releases. There's not a whole lot going on. Anybody else notice that? Why is it doing that? What the hell? It won't connect my dots where I want my dots connected. There. Do it myself. Did it again. Calling it Ninja Batman was simply to reference that he went back in time to feudal Japan. It wasn't about him being a ninja. So there's kind of no point in arguing about that, guys. Yeah, introducing Ben Affleck was only like the best thing they ever did, ever. So... best way to do this... Let's start up here. Is that gonna work now? That's the question. I think it is. I think I got the geometry pretty useful. Yeah, Ben Affleck was perfect for Batman and for Bruce Wayne. Anybody that doesn't agree with that is evil. And I don't particularly care for Ben Affleck in general either. Wait a minute, you're complaining about the suit or the actor. Those are two separate things. I think Joaquin Phoenix is terrible, and I hope that movie doesn't end up happening. I would rather see Ron Perlman play the Joker. Oh man, could you imagine that? I would argue that there is nothing wrong with the Batsuit. It's a little thick, but how else are you going to make Batman work in the universe that he's in if you don't exaggerate him? You have to. Yeah, we need Ben Affleck to look like a bodybuilder. Why? Yeah, I can't stand Joaquin Phoenix, and I don't think he's going to be good for the role. Alright, let's move on. You guys gonna argue about this all night long? You bunch of nerds? I'm kind of in the same mindset as Victor in that Heath Ledger's Joker was a good performance, but it wasn't really the Joker. It was a Joker. I liked the character, but it wasn't Joker. Great performance, great character, not the Joker. Kind of like Bane. Not to the same level, but Bane, good performance, good character, not Bane. Bane wasn't anywhere near as good as Joker, mind you, but same overall concept applies. Bane was the best part of that movie, and it wasn't anything like Bane. It was the worst Bane ever. But whatever that was still good. Well, yeah, that's why everybody liked it so much. Also, he died afterwards, so that made it automatically better. And go ahead and say I'm a cold bastard or whatever you want to say, but that is absolutely true. As soon as he died, everybody was going to say how good his performance was, no matter how bad it was. Not that it was bad, but it would have been good no matter what at that point. Let's see who's watching on the Twitter. Not Twitter. Why do I always say Twitter instead of Twitch? I have problems. Let's see if there's any new people. Welcome everybody who's not a new person. V and K and Virgo Pros. You guys are both new. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being had. Alright. Let's turn that off. Turn that on. We're gonna have to do a lot of alignment type stuff, but I just want to get the pieces kind of close to in place. How did that happen? Oh, there needs to be a crease in there. Oh, it looked funny. Did I put the crease where it belongs? Let's find out. Yeah, that's what we wanted. That's the ticket. Alright, let's do this. Bring that up a little bit. I especially like when that happens to people that are total scumbags before they die, and then as soon as they die, everybody talks about them like they're the greatest thing ever. That's amazing to me. Like that rapper guy who beat his pregnant wife. Total scumbag. And then he dies. Oh, he was such a nice guy. He was trying to be better. No! No, he wasn't. He wasn't a nice guy. At all. He's about the worst kind of guy you can be. Hate that stuff. I couldn't explain what I'm doing to... See, that's the thing. Bob Ross was putting paint on paper, though. So you can explain that. If I explain what I'm doing here, anybody that has no concept of ZBrush won't get what I'm talking about at all. So... I mean, I could explain it, but you wouldn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, sure, Trimp. He was misunderstood. Chanukudukuduku, I don't know what you're talking about. It's pretty much true for anybody in Hollywood. Oh, man. Let's do this piece first. Yeah, let's do that piece. I mean, hey, Joss, if you want me to explain what I'm doing, I can do that, but I can't do it for everything. It would drive everyone else that's not into ZBrush absolutely crazy. Because it's way too technical. What I'm doing right now, generally speaking, is I'm taking my sculpted model and I'm creating all the shapes again with new topology with much lower density so that it has a nice hard crisp surface. It's for hard surface modeling. Who was a garbage human? Oh, that guy. Yeah, the rapper guy that beat his pregnant wife. I think that's what he did. I could be wrong about that. Oops. Alright guys, we're just trucking along today. If we can get this done tonight, I'm gonna be psyched. Kinda doubt it, but it's possible. We're not having a conversation about that guy. We're not having that conversation. Buttheads Inc. It started by us talking about the various Jokers and me saying that Heath Ledger's performance was greatly exaggerated due to his death. Not that it wasn't good, but his death definitely played a role. And then people started, or maybe I started it even, talking about how... Oh no, John said anytime someone dies, everybody starts pretending they were a saint, or he said something like that. And so that conversation got brought around to the rapper guy, who did all this shitty stuff and everybody hated until he died. Then next thing you know, oh, you know what? He was actually a really cool dude. No, he wasn't. That was the conversation. Alright, we're gonna clean all these up, like adjust the angles and things afterwards, but we want to get them in place now. If you add less squares to a face, it will end up more flat once you're done. If you're talking about retopologizing, the fewer polys you have, the easier it is to create a hard surface. You either have to go incredibly dense and polish the crap out of it, or go super low poly and do it the way I'm doing it, which is ideal. Senpai noticed you. Yeah, John, he was asking a question. Or she. It could be a she, I don't know. You keep hearing Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, I think you might be going crazy. It seems like a distinct possibility that you're nuts. What is this? What the heck? Hey, we got the front part mostly done. You're hearing slurping noises? Is my fan getting picked up? Yeah, there's no slurping noises. Not on my end. I'm looking at the different meters. There's nothing happening that's creating those noises. I can make slurping noises. Now I'm gonna have to burp. Ugh. No, I don't. It's gonna come out one of these ends. Hopefully it's a burp. Hey, Little Piss Stain. That's a great username, man. Boy. Now I'm all out of water. I'm kind of bummed out because my water... You guys know how I always mention how I love ice water and I drink some water? My water is warm today because I fill my cat's water bowls out of the filtered water from the refrigerator. And they got all the cold water today and I got the warm water. I forgot to fill my cup first. Okay, how do we want to do this? There it is. That was for you guys. So we're just going to ignore that square that's there right now because we're going to build that separately. So don't worry about it. I'll flatten this surface out as I go. It'll work, trust me. I'm a professional. Hey, on a scale of 1 to I like it, how do you guys feel about top 10 type videos? It seems like a trendy thing to do. I am making another one for you. But if you guys don't like them, maybe I'll stop doing it. Somebody suggested one that I thought was a great idea, which is going to be the next one after the one that I'm working on tonight that'll probably be uploaded tomorrow. It's a great idea, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But first, I want to hear your thoughts in general on the topic. You just watch figure reviews for the most part? But what if the top 10 list is relevant to the same information? Okay, nobody's talking about that anymore. Both of you stop talking about it now. As of right now, it's dead. It's a dead conversation. There's literally nothing to be gained from that conversation. So stop it. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Oh, wait a minute. I never finished these. Oops. Does anyone want to buy your mixtape? Most definitely not. And we can tell nobody wants to buy it because you're asking a bunch of people who didn't ask you about your mixtape. None of the customs I'm working on right now require any 3D modeling. Can somebody get rid of the piss stain person, please? That'd be wonderful. Hey, Randall, what's up? Damn it. Why didn't you like the Marvel Vintage Wave? What are you talking about? I mean, I know generally what you're talking about. Well, I don't get why you're saying that. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Do I watch wrestling? That is a 100% no. I don't. Never. Ever. I don't like the way the houses are built on slab foundations. Where I'm from, we have basements and plumbing that you can get to, not plumbing that under a concrete slab buried in dirt. I think that's an absolutely ridiculous way of building things. If you can't build basements in Texas, they should at least put crawl spaces underneath all the houses, which would serve as like access to all the plumbing and everything, and it'd be easy for ductwork and all that kind of stuff. Instead, they don't do any of that, and I don't get it, and I don't like it. Otherwise, it's fine. Why would I collect a wrestling figure when I can't even stand wrestling in general? I wouldn't. That'd be silly. Alright, guys. I think that'll work. We're making pretty good time tonight. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying build like just a 3-foot tall basement starting on the ground, because the houses are off the ground everywhere else anyway. I mean, your basement goes up above ground level, and so that's why you have steps. You walk up into your house a couple of feet everywhere, like in the East Coast or Midwest and most of East Coast. That's not South. So I'm saying in Texas, due to that severe weather that they have, if you just built a slab, even if you're still going to build a slab, which I don't like in general because they're not made well and they crack and break too easily. But if you build a slab, then build a foundation around that like you would in the Midwest, but only a short one, just enough for a crawl space, and then you can run all your plumbing and everything through there, and then the house can still have a regular floor and everything like any other house would, and it would be way more practical. Having to break through the slab to get to any plumbing issue that's not near the edge is absolutely ridiculous. It's crazy. It's basically 100% prohibitive of any homeowner being able to repair their house. That's nuts. I absolutely hate that. Like, oh, there's a tiny leak. I need to have a $3,000, maybe not 3,000, but a very expensive job done where they break open my floor. It's craziness. Back in Ohio, I just go downstairs and fix it. Slabs are ridiculously ineffective. In fact, that one reason alone, having slab foundations for every house here, is reason enough for me to be seriously considering not staying here. The only problem is, where I live in Ohio, if I go back, actually all of Ohio, most of the Midwest is not doing so hot. So, I don't know what to do. I'm in kind of a bad situation in that way. And then, of course, there is the argument that, yeah, well, people have basement troubles too. Yeah, but it's in the freaking basement. You need to work on the basement. You're not tearing up a hole in the middle of your kitchen, or your living room, or wherever else that they decided to run plumbing, because they throw these houses up so fast, they don't exactly do them in the best way. Move to Tennessee? No, I think Tennessee is one of those places that might be doing even worse than the Midwest. Just having this conversation right now is making me unhappy, and I don't want to have this conversation anymore. I didn't think the slab found... I mean, I knew it was a stupid design before I moved here, but having lived with it and have problems with it, I absolutely am 100% against it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, more than half the country has this kind of building, and I guess that's okay, but Florida's built the exact same way. Actually, half of Florida's built on stilts, and there's no way I'm living in a house like that, so that's not happening. It's not hotter in Florida than it is in Texas. I don't mean to one-up you, but it's definitely hotter here. Why did it do that? Yeah, I'll have those figures tomorrow. Randall's van has one major problem, which would mean I couldn't live there. Alright, how are we doing? We have everything built except for the middle here and the top part of the chest. Then we have to put some tubes in. That's okay. I don't know. I don't collect the Bring Arts line. Alright, the back is done other than the tube. And the spine. Let's go ahead and get the front done, then we'll do all the tubes. Hey, what's up, Ninja Bros? I'm still burping from when I slurped that water. I wish I hadn't done that. I don't know. I don't know. I was originally planning on 8, but that may not end up happening, so I can't say. And then I need to have the extras for stretch goals. Extra stuff, I guess. I don't know. I have to figure all that out still. Oh, I should definitely do that. I would start with like 1,000,000. Start saving up about 1,000,000, and then if you need to do more, you can always sell some stuff. I hear kidneys are popular this time of year. Thomas, what's up? Even if I did one to start, got that funded, then when I wanted to do more stuff, I'd still have to go through Kickstarter for that anyway. I think you have a better chance, and of course this is arguable and debatable, and it's hard to find any actual, like, facts about this because it's all private information mostly, but I think you might have a better chance of getting something funded if you show people what all it can be, rather than here's one figure, and then people are like, I don't want one figure, and he may not get the second batch done, so I'm not going to fund it. Whereas if you say, alright, here's the first wave of figures, they're like, holy crap, I can actually start a collection, I'm going to do that. For $1 million, you'd be my boss. What does that mean? Have everything be a stretch goal? I don't know. I still don't think people are going to buy into it. Some things are going to be stretch goals, of course, but making everything a stretch goal, I think, is going to be a turnoff. How could you make a whole wave out of $1? You couldn't. Unless they're all Spider-Man. Where are you getting this information from, Joss Radar? Or I should say, from where are you getting this information? Motu? No. No, they have definitely not used one body for all of their figures. I'm already making my own IP right now. Yeah, but you're talking about a thing that's never even been done before. You just said the other day that what you're working on is brand new and hasn't been done before. So how is that giving you the information to tell me what will or won't work? I'm not being a dick here, I'm genuinely asking you. Yeah, but part swapping isn't all on the same buck. That's different bucks, that's swap parts. A few parts being the same. Oh, that was funny, Trimp. Oh, that is funny. So here's the thing. What difference does it make if I use the same torso and swap out all the limbs, or have different torsos and don't swap out some of the limbs? There's no difference, practically speaking. So, you're not really saying something that's... reuse some parts and not others is basically what you're saying, which is obviously the case. I mean, that's the only way to do it. And really, it all comes down to cost, so... I don't get it. I don't know. But again, I asked the question. I don't know if you answered it. I don't know if you saw it or. You said. I just got the notification also. You said the thing you're working on is brand new and hasn't been done before. So I'm asking, again, not in a dickish way, in a genuine way, where are you getting your information? If where you've gotten it. Okay, so you're suggesting I make a bunch of different arms and only one chest. You realize that a bunch of different arms is going to use up the same mold space as one chest, right? It doesn't make a difference. You can have two arms right here, or you can have a chest right here. You're taking up the same amount of mold space. I mean, obviously, it's not exactly the same, but it's close. It depends what you're making. Again, I'm asking you, if it's never been done before, how do you know? Or is yours already going? Is it already a Kickstarter? I don't understand where you're getting the information. Or are you saying that even though your Kickstarter's not going yet, that it's already... Like, you already have all of the information and you just haven't... You guys aren't doing it yet, or... I don't understand. Okay, this conversation is not being conducted properly, so I think it's best to just stop. Because I'm asking you questions and you're not answering them. I mean, I get that there's a delay, but... Chamon... You're giving some info. No, I'm asking you questions and you're ignoring them! Why are you ignoring what I'm asking you? I just don't understand. I'm asking you questions about what you're telling me because I need to gauge whether or not your information is useful. That's what every person does ever. Right? You need to know who's giving you the information and how they got it. So I'm asking you where you're getting your information and you're not answering me. I don't understand. I mean, like I said, I'm genuinely asking you, if your Kickstarter is not happening yet, how do you know this information? This looks cool, guys. Did I not do that piece? I did it. I did it. Okay, good. So we need some oh, I need these big tubers in the back here, too. The Kickstarter's done. How could the Kickstarter be done and not allowed to tell us about it? If the Kickstarter's done, send me a link. What the heck? It can't be a secret if it's already public. Dude, it's already done. Show us what it is. If it's already, like, you already went through the whole phase of getting funded, then there's no way the NDA says you're not allowed to show us the Kickstarter. I mean, there's no way. It's already been public. Oops. Oops. I don't think he's making stuff up. I think there's a communication problem here. No, you can't have possibly signed an NDA that said you can't show what the Kickstarter is. The whole thing of Kickstarter is for people to see it. There's no way there's an NDA out there that said you can't share the Kickstarter. There's no freaking way. Do I know how to animate 3D models? I know the absolute very most basic information that wouldn't be helpful to really anyone. Because I don't animate. I just know it a little bit from seeing other people do it. No, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, John. There's no reason to assume he's not honest. I'm not asking who you are. I don't care who you are. I mean, don't take that the wrong way, but you said there's a Kickstarter that's already been successful. You can link to that Kickstarter. There's no NDA that says you can't share a Kickstarter because the whole point of Kickstarter is to be shared. Hi, Tech Frog. I'm not asking who you are or what you did for the project. I mean, that doesn't matter to me. You said you can't share it, so fine. But there's no way you can't share the project. Especially if it's already been funded. I mean, it's clearly already happened, so there's no way that it can't be shared. It's just not a thing. There's no way. No way, I say. Good day, sir. Just link the Kickstarter. I want to see what you're talking about. No! That would give what away? Alright, I am getting close to not believing you anymore, just because Kickstarter's only goal is to be made public. If you can't share a Kickstarter, then there's no way, there's something weird going on, is what I'm saying. A free program so you can start, yeah, Sculptress. Sculptress. Listen, I don't want to know who you are or what you did or what your role was in the I don't need any of that. I don't care. Any of the NDA stuff, I don't care. I just want to see the Kickstarter. Who I am. Are you famous? Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about now. Saying who I am is a little weird. What? Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I just want the Kickstarter link. That's all. Which is completely... There's no way the Kickstarter is not public. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. Anything that you would have signed for NDA-wise would not be covered. I mean, would not have anything to do with the Kickstarter. Okay, here. We're going to break this down super simple, okay? We're going to clear this right up. You can answer simple yes or no questions, and we'll keep the conversation as basic as possible so there's no confusion. Okay? Question number 1. Was the Kickstarter ever made public? Yes or no? Was the Kickstarter ever made public? Oops. Okay, the Kickstarter was made public, which means there's no NDA about the Kickstarter. It was public. Give me the link to the Kickstarter. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want any information from you. I just want to see the Kickstarter, which you just said was public. That's it. So you can share the Kickstarter link either on Twitch, you can post it you can email me directly. I'll check the email right now. You can join the Discord. Somebody link him to Discord. You can post it on my Twitter. Anything you want to do. We've established now that there is no reason that the Kickstarter can't be shared. I don't need any information which would be covered by an NDA. That's it. Super easy. So that's all. So just share the Kickstarter. And then we don't have to have this conversation anymore. Like, that's it. It's super easy. It won't be confusing. There won't be any communication disconnect. There won't be any issues. Guys, we don't know who he is, so there's no way in hell that there's a Kickstarter that says you can't share the link to the Kickstarter. That's not how Kickstarter works. The whole way Kickstarter works is for people to share it. And since he's not given his name, we have no idea who he is. There's no reason we can't have the link. So that's all. Let's just wait for the link. He's gonna share it. And that's that. It's easy. That's why I handled this conversation the way I did. It should be over now. We have all the information. Because you're telling me all of this information that you're wanting me to trust you, and I have no idea who you are or what you've done or where your knowledge comes from. And since you've said all of the specifics are covered by an NDA, you can't share them, the least you can do is share the Kickstarter. So I need to see the Kickstarter to know that you're not just some crazy person coming up with random information. Okay, I'm not having the conversation anymore. The Kickstarter, you said already was successful, and you said it was already made public, so there's absolutely zero reason you can't share it. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. You either post the link, or that's the end of the conversation completely. It's ridiculousness at this point. You can't say, I have all this information from a Kickstarter, which was completely public. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I know it makes perfect sense, because that's the only kind of things I say. I'm a very analytical thinker. So, settle my concerns by sharing the Kickstarter link, which was already made public. There's no reason to not share it. No, but see guys, this Joss Radar has been a viewer on my channel for a very long time. We're working on it, Shrimp. I have removed any possible concerns. So all we're doing is waiting for the link to the Kickstarter. I'd like to also point out, I never once said you're a liar or anything else. I'm just asking you for the information, which will allow me to determine the value of your statements. Which is more than reasonable. Because I've always lived my life under this idea that if somebody knows more than me about something and they're willing to share that information, I'm more than happy to take it. However, I've also lived my life under this concept that if people are making shit up, don't believe it. So you just have to determine which it is. Hey, Alfonso! Hi, buddy. I need to train my cat to go fill my water up. I'm very thirsty right now. Whoa! I can't believe you made it up here without bonking your head on the table. Joss Radar, are you out there? You smell a little bit like poop. Did you poop on yourself? No, maybe he just posted in the link. I'm gonna check. No, I'm not having the conversation with you anymore. I'm not trusting you because you say you're trustworthy. There's a simple solution to this. Either post the link or the conversation's over. That's it. And we've already established there's no reason to not post the link. Ew, I don't like whiskey. I don't like whiskey, do I, buddy? No, he doesn't have to show me privately. This isn't some kind of weird, creepy shit. There's no reason it has to be private. He's talking about a Kickstarter campaign. That doesn't have to be private. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is make this piece right here, which I think... Yeah, whiskey's not good. I mean, obviously there's good whiskey, but it's still overall not... There's no purpose to drink whiskey other than to get drunk. It doesn't taste good. There's absolutely zero reason to trust somebody on the internet who says, "Trust me, I'm trustworthy." I don't think so. I will trust you when you give me reason to. What? Vodka over nothing. Vodka doesn't even have flavor, unless you're talking about flavored vodka. Days like this, days like every day. Happy to help. Would you mind just getting comfortable, please? I haven't reviewed either of those, so I don't prefer either of them. Thanks, Randall. Yeah, you should be, because the regular one's even better than the battle damaged one, because it's regular Wolverine. Tag Frog, you have asked that question multiple times now. Whenever they're done. Well, I don't understand what you're saying. You have a feeling that if you bought the regular one, I'd tell you the battle damage one is better? Why? I said the regular one's better because it's regular and not battle damaged. Obviously, you're better off not with only battle damage as the only option. Or are you suggesting that I would do that simply for sales? Have I somehow indicated that that's the way I am? I don't think so. I think if anything, I've proven by now that I am not motivated by money. Obviously, I wish I could make a lot of money doing what I'm doing, but if I was going to only make money, I'm not doing that the right way at all, in terms of my YouTube channel. I know, I was just joking too. I mean, it's true what I said, but I was still just joking. I can't wait to see him done too. The thing I'm worried about now is the guy that I was talking to about the Samus accessories. I'm not getting any info from him. Like, the communication's just dead. So, if they're not going to be able to do the Samus accessories, then I definitely can't trust them with the full action figure line, so I don't know what to do. How did I get into 3D modeling? I decided I wanted to, so I watched a lot of tutorials first on how to use ZBrush, and then I downloaded the trial. And then I was like, I think I can do this, so then I got the actual software. Oop, damn it. I'm not familiar with that at all. I'll have to look into it later. I guess my question would be, though, even if there really was a Kickstarter that was successful, and even if there is probably some kind of issue with it getting produced, um, my audience is definitely not people from his stank. I don't do G.I. Joe stuff on my channel at all. Anyway, how do you know that you can't get a Kickstarter done with multiple bodies? Like, I'm curious. His stank's a G.I. Joe forum. My audience is, I mean, they might also do G.I. Joe, but generally speaking, my audience is not a G.I. Joe audience. Alright, I'm gonna look this up real quick. How much, do we have a lot of people watching? Because if we do, I mean, relatively speaking, not really. I'll check real quick, it'll only take a minute. What's this shit called? What's it called? Hell Screamers? That's a weird name. Maybe that's why you didn't sell. Although it did, so I don't know. Oh, Screamers with a Z. No wonder I couldn't find it. You said if I'd use multiple bucks, it will fail. You guys got $94,000? Dang. T-shirts, trading cards, posters. What was the aim of this? To be like, it looks to me like you're trying to appeal to, I'm not saying this negatively, just in general, you're trying to appeal to G.I. Joe fans. No, you just charge for the tooling in the Kickstarter. Obviously it costs more to have more tooling, but that doesn't mean the Kickstarter's gonna fail. I owe him an apology for what? Asking for a Kickstarter link and then him sharing it? I don't... Victor, that's not something you say out loud. I'd rather be a hypocrite than apologize. Oh god. What do you mean it would break me or whatever you said? I don't understand. Maybe there's a communication issue like I said in the beginning. But I don't understand what you're saying now. You said I couldn't do, and I don't know what words you actually used at the time, but you basically said I couldn't do multiple bodies. That was it. Isn't that what... I'm fairly certain that's the conversation we had. Isn't it? I swear it is. Anyway. Well, no, I mean, I appreciate that, Victor, but you don't generally want to let people know that you're the type of person that would rather not apologize. You would rather just be a hypocrite. I don't think I've ever heard anybody admit to that before. I just realized something. I could save myself some effort here and do this. Your boy Maddox, what's up? Have I used C4D? I don't know what C4D is. Unless you're talking about CAD, in which case, no. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Oh my god, I'm not asking you. No, 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 no. I don't want to have this conversation again. No. Oh my gosh, you guys made like 1,000,000 parts. If I don't make 1,000,000 parts, I can make different bodies instead. I'm not having the conversation from scratch again, though. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm sorry. Cinema 4D. Oh, I'm making action figures. I don't need that kind of stuff. Thanks, though. You probably, Chenuka, not the best person to be speaking about that. I mean, if we're being honest here, you probably shouldn't be the one suggesting how the moderator should behave, considering you're one of the people the moderator has to deal with on a regular basis. Oh boy. Hey, handsome one's back. I'm fairly certain, not 100% certain, but fairly certain that the majority of the conversations had tonight had at least some level of miscommunication. And that's easy to happen on the internet. So I think what would be best for everyone is if everyone conducted their conversations as nope, that's not what I'm trying to say. Let me see if I can English here for a second. Hold on a minute. I need more sleep. I'm drawing a total blank as to what I was saying. Damn. It's gonna sound smart and shit too. I'm joking. With that in mind, just keep your conversations cordial, because you never know. But I'm aware of that. I'm very aware. That's why I'm doing Kickstarter, to pay for the tooling, so that I don't have to pay for tooling on my own. I mean, that's the whole idea. But to be fair, if you're going to hear this before you go, I don't know. To be fair, much of this conversation could have easily been avoided if questions were answered and links were shared and things like that. Because if there's anything that's fishy about people on the internet, it's when they don't provide what they could easily provide to solve a problem. Because generally speaking, that means it doesn't exist. So that's what caused a lot of this conversation to be the way it did. Could have easily been avoided. I did want those curved, didn't I? You did what? I mean, I think everybody here was pretty thoroughly confused by what you were trying to say. So, that's all I'm saying is it could have been easily avoided if that confusion was avoided. You gave me the Kickstarter after like an hour and a half of talking about it. That's my point. That's my point exactly. The conversation hinged on, I mean, at least partly hinged on that, and it took far too long to get it. And it made the conversation much less likely to be productive. That's what I'm saying. Goodness gracious, what a night tonight has been. I don't mean that in a good way. I feel like drinking some bleach right now. Oh, God. I actually do want some water. It's already 8:11. Wow, we've been flying through. Had to go change some stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about? I'm not saying you... Just never mind. Never mind, just drop it. DiGiorno's is your favorite pizza? Okay, I'm gonna be opening up the application process for new moderators here. No, I don't know the context of the NDA, but there is no way that an NDA said that Kickstarter stuff, the Kickstarter, is not something you can share. It's already public. You don't have to share it. That's my point. Are you telling me that the NDA said you're not allowed to share Kickstarter? The Kickstarter link? Just forget it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't even matter anymore. Just, it doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about it anymore. I just can't trust somebody whose favorite pizza is DiGiorno. That's not that just doesn't even make sense. Let me guess, John, you eat your DiGiorno pizza right after you have your salad with that made-up dressing that doesn't exist. I know that's gonna make him mad because I know the dressing does exist. Here's the problem with DiGiorno pizzas. They say they're enough pizza for multiple people. I don't think so. I think they're just enough pizza for me. They're basically single-serving pizzas. So what is the progress on this figure? Well, I'm not making a figure. I'm making a whole bunch, but I'm not sure what you mean. Progress since when? Tonight's stream has been pretty awful. Between that whole conversation and then the conversation about foundations across the country, which wouldn't bother normal people, but it bothers me. Oh, I know what you're talking about, John. I'm not saying it's a bad pizza, but it can't be your favorite if you're a normal person. Normal people don't pick DiGiorno as their favorite pizza. That's what I'm saying. You're allowed to like it, but if it's your favorite, I can't trust you anymore. That's my point. Stop scratching on my chair. No, DiGiorno, I'm not saying DiGiorno is not good, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're not good enough to be your favorite. You have to have had other pizzas in your life that are better. Or I can't trust you is my point. You just don't have the life experience necessary. Sponge, are any of those pictures the sword after you try to take the pink paint off? Hey, handsome one, you should join the Discord server. There's a lot of TF people in there. Maybe not a lot, but there are some. Okay, I lied. There's like 2. It's just me and Sponge. That's it. There's no other Transformers people in there. And I'm not a Transformers people, I'm just a Transformer fan in general. I don't count as a people. No. You talk about the best pizza you've had, or you don't talk about it at all. Because maybe one of us will be in that state someday, and we're going to need to know where to go. And all we're gonna know is John said DiGiorno's. And then you will have ruined somebody's trip to wherever it is you live. The Discord info, I don't know. Anybody on Discord want to generate a link? I don't have one going presently, I don't think. Infinity War on Blu-ray? Nope. I'm not gonna finish tonight, guys. I failed you. Infinity War was overhyped almost as much. No, that's not true. I was gonna say almost as much as Black Panther, but that's most definitely not the case. I don't think anything in the history of ever has anything... No. Anything in the history of ever has ever... I can't word. I really need more sleep. Has been as overhyped as Black Panther. No idea what you're talking about, John. Oh my gosh, I'm such an annoying asshole. Well, look how far you got. What are we talking about now? Josh Radar, what are you talking about? How come I can't scroll in the chat window? Oh, I can. Oh, you're saying because I said I'm not gonna get it finished. Yeah. I know, we're close. I would stream an extra stream tomorrow, but I have to shoot videos and stuff tomorrow. I still can't believe that people were like saying that Black Panther is the best Marvel movie ever. Best movie. It was not good. It was acceptable at best. It was so not what everyone was making it out to be. See you guys. I read what you were saying instead of responding. See you later, weeboo. Take it easy. Yeah, I figured it out, Josh. See, because of the delay between what I say and then what you guys say, it makes me not realize what you're talking about sometimes. You have Black Panther on Blu-ray? Alright, man. Well... good. I hope you enjoy it. I can see that comparison. It's weird for him to call himself a weeaboo? Not really. I have reviewed some Mythic Legions. I don't do it regularly because I don't buy them, but I have reviewed them. Well, yeah, if nothing else, the change in the suit made the movie worse. The new suit was so freaking ugly compared to the first suit. Whoever had that idea should be fired. Guys, should we make the suit less cool? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And that was that. No, alcohol won't take that off. You need to use some goof off. Don't use turpentine. I mean, obviously you run the risk of anything you use affecting the plastic, but in my experience, goof off doesn't tend to affect action figures. I don't know why, because it's fairly strong. But I've used it on action figures plenty of times. But alcohol shouldn't take paint off. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, man. That new suit was such a downgrade from the last one. See you later, Victor. Take it easy. I would bet Gugon doesn't work. You need the stuff in the yellow and black can. Which unless I have the names backwards. That happens sometimes. But the stuff in the yellow and black can with the red cap. It comes in a spray or just a pour bottle. Hey, we got most of it done, and we still have some time left. Let's get this piece in up here. I think I'm gonna let all of this fill in with just the neck part. We'll see. I still have to do the chest bit too, if I end up doing that. See you later, Tech Frog. Yeah, Goof Off is a lot stronger and can screw up plastics. Goo Gone tends to be less effective, but you run almost no risk of ruining anything. I should have been more clear as well. Oh yeah, we want that creased, don't we? Can't... If I crease it here, I'm gonna have to polish it off. Oh, no I'm not. My Venom is coming tomorrow. I will let you guys know when I review it. I'm disappointed that it's purple and has the wrong Venom logo on it, but aside from that, it looks pretty good from what I've seen, so I'll have to wait and see what I actually think about it. Alright, let's go ahead and do this piece up here. Looked at physically, or looked at in terms of contacting them. I have contacted the same fact. I guess you haven't been around. Are you familiar with the Metroid accessories that I'm making for the Figma figures? Because I have a factory that I was looking at to have them make that, and then if they did a good job, if I liked everything about that, I was gonna use them for the regular stuff too, the other stuff. But that's not going well at the moment. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I think there's different options as far as how they actually create the injection molds. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think they will take my model and either convert it to CAD so that they can make the injection mold that way, or they can maybe just make it directly. Or they can make a 3D prototype and make the molds based on the prototypes. I know there's a couple different things like that, but I'm not sure. Are you sure, Dark? Because I've been doing those accessories for a little while. Been working on them, I mean. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? I don't get why this is not letting me bend it. Maybe that's why. Nope. Freaking A, let me bend it. What the hell is the problem here? Alright, I guess doesn't make any sense. One thing after the other. Ugh. Okay. There we go. That was a pain in the ass for no reason. Oh, I don't have the shoulders on this file. Dang it. Yeah, the point was there's no reason to sketch in 2D when I can sketch it in 3D. Because 2D things don't look like 3D things. You can't not do it in the same amount of time, because if you sketch it in 2D, you still end up having to sculpt it in 3D. So, why not just sketch it in 3D? I liken the way I work to, well, this probably isn't going to be the best reference since I don't know how many people out there watch it or have watched it, but the motorcycle builder, Paul Tuttle Jr. He makes $200,000 motorcycles, all custom designs, and he doesn't sketch anything out ahead of time. Ooh, I was just thinking I should bring the shoulders over and see how they look. So let's do that. Let's save this real quick. Bring the shoulders over and see how they look. Because that's a similar pattern to the shoulder. I need to make sure it doesn't conflict. I like this overall look though. I think we're good. I wanted to get this part done tonight, but if we can get this part done tonight, I'll be happy. We're really close. Other than the spine. I'm not worried about the spine. Okay, let's open up that other file that's going to take a really long time to open. It's going to be about 2 minutes, guys. I apologize for the delay. But it's a big-ass file. Actually, it might open quicker now. We'll see. Let's time it. It's 8:45. A little over a minute. Let's see. How we doing? I have no idea how we're doing. I don't know. I don't know what it's talking about at the top. So many undue steps. So many pieces. I need to delete a bunch of the stuff out of the file. Like all the different times I made the chest sleeves, the one chest's sleeves multiple times. Like I made it multiple times. So I need to get rid of those because they're still in there. Well, Randall, I have some that are moderately defective that are still usable. I think I started to repair them, like they had bubble in the chin or something like that. So technically it's still possible if you're willing to paint it yourself. I'm not painting it. I'm not painting Wolverine heads ever again. I never want to do it. And I thought last time, because I said that the first time, I was like, I'm never doing this again. Then I thought to myself, but maybe I could. So I sold him a second time and painted him again. And then I thought to myself, why did I do this? I never want to do this again. It was a lot more than 2 minutes, guys. It's almost 4 minutes now. Should be loading any second though. Yeah, I don't want to paint Wolverine heads ever again. But even right now, I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, it's probably wouldn't be that bad. I could do it. I don't want to. I have to trust myself. I'm not doing it again. Steve Moto. I guess that's how you pronounce that. I'm sorry if I screwed it up. Hey, welcome. All right. Hey, look, there's our sketch. Let's grab the shoulders real quick. I don't know if you need to sculpt anything. I think I've already fixed the holes. I'll have to look. But the thing is, I know how badly you want one, so I'm gonna charge you out the ass for it. Just because of that comment you made earlier. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh, I should. How many do I produce of what? Of the heads? As many as I get orders for. I take the orders, then I say, hey, make this many number of heads. And they make them, and then I get them, and then I ship out the orders. If they're not painted. If they are painted, then it takes me time to paint them. Turn that off. Oh. Oh. It looks pretty good. Think I need to round them off though, so they match more. I really like this new body. It looks kind of cool. I forget nothing. I might forget who said stuff sometimes if they're not somebody I'm used to conversing with. Hi, Nick Gresham. Alright, what we're going to do is delete ski on that. We're going to bring ski this back up. And we're going to uncrease ski. You like that one, Trimp? Yeah, but so here's the thing. The heads almost always have... Oh, my ass is sore. That's what she said. The heads almost always have some sort of defects to them, which I end up having to sand or do something to. Which means if I'm not painting them, then it's a problem. Because if I'm not painting them, then I'm sending somebody something that doesn't look like a finished product because it's got a sanded or a patched spot or something like that. Now, most of the Wolverine heads, luckily... Actually, only about half of them had problems, so the ones that didn't have the problems went out as blanks, and then I painted the ones that did. And so that worked out, but it's still problematic. Alright, we're gonna uncrease... Oh, cool, that's convenient. There's no organic on here, but I thank you anyway for stroking the ego. I think what you just mean is like smooth shapes. That's because I'm trying to make it so that the bodies look like they could be a cybernetic body, or just armor on top of a body. I don't mind painting eyes because I make them... They're all superheroes, so their eyes are just white. That's easy. Ooh, a fancy pen. What's that? I don't know what that is. Faber-Castell? Someone write that down for me. I want to look into it. I always just paint everything. I would no sooner quit the internet than make a Tupac figure. I am sorry. Not no sooner. That's the opposite of what I meant. Damn it, I ruined my saying. Shit. I don't make figures of real people, sorry. It's not cost effective. Oh, I see. Like, you mean there's muscle groups that are visible. Yes. I see what you mean. I appreciate the compliment. But that does go back to what I said. I need it to look like it could be a cybernetic body. So the muscle groups are kind of necessary for movement. Whether you're a robot or not. I mean, you need some, for instance, for the arm, you need something that's going to make this part of the arm pull forward. So you'll notice there's pistons and things on most robots. That piston simply replaces the muscle. So I try to do that, but give it more like a less steampunky type look because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing steampunk. Screw steampunk. John. How's that? Is that close enough? I know what the problem is. Oh, it's just a regular pen. Well, I've got like anime markers and things like that. Maybe I could use those. I don't need... screw it. I'm not changing what I do now. It's been working for 10 years. It'll be okay. The thing about eyes is that they're actually easy to do because they're just circles. So you just take your brush and go boop, and that gives you your iris. Then you take a black paint and go boop, and that gives you your, not iris. Yeah, iris, and then pupil. And then you get some white paint and you go boop, boop, and that gives you your reflection. And then you're done. I would fight you, John, but I'm afraid to get your sweaty steampunk sweat on me. You don't make customs for people? I most certainly do make customs for people. It's what I do. I do that. I do it a lot. I don't know, handsome. You're a Transformer guy. Transformers, they're just like giant Lego people if you're a G1 person, so I don't know. I definitely make customs for people. It's my job. Mass production then. What? This is mass production. Why is that doing that? What the heck? What the heckity heck is going on over here? Let's weld some points and see if that helps. That's freaking weird. Siblings life, you're the best. I know, cause your mom told me. Oh. Steven Moto, what are you? You lost me. I make customs for people. It's my job. I'm also working on this, which is mass production. But I still make customs for people. Alright guys, here's the dealio. Here's the deal ski. We're gonna take this and go boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop boop boop. Boop, boop, boop. I wish it made music like that every time. If you want to call that music, I would. I would do that more often. So much more often. The movie designs of the first three, let's say, although some of them were still good later, are great. I don't know why everybody complained about those. If you have a robot that can transform into things, it's gonna be made into little tiny parts. That's it. It makes perfect sense. I make customs, but won't make a custom pack figure for someone. Correct. Just because I make customs doesn't mean I make no matter what. I can't English. Doesn't mean I'll make something no matter what it is. For instance, one person said, I have this action figure of this character from an anime about people who are on a swim team. He's wearing swim trunks. I want you to remove the swim trunks and sculpt his penises and testiculos. And I said, no thank you, sir. I will not do that. So you see, it's my job, but I also will say no to things I don't want to do. And as I explained just prior to this part of the conversation, I don't do real life people. It's not cost effective. They take way too much work to make them accurate and end up costing too much. When you say uncanny, are you using it appropriately as in you like it a lot? It's really good? Shut up, Trimpinator. I will out you as wanting penises on your toys. Trimpinator, everybody knows if you're going to commission some pervy stuff, it's going to have all about the knees. Plus, this was like years ago. You were too young to even be commissioning things. Alright guys, that's the ticket right there. I likes that. I likes it a lot. Yeah, boy. It matches the shoulders enough to look dope. And then it just gives it a nice overall aesthetic. Oh, it's genius. I'm just gonna keep sculpting. I should probably go pee. Oh, but would you though if you did do real life people and wanted to? Yes. Yes. If I wanted to, it is within my ability, and I like to get paid. So yes, I would do it if those other criteria were met. Okay, let's do boop, boop. And now we are... Oh no, I need to adjust that a little bit. I'm such a stickler for the details, guys. I'm never gonna finish this line. Oh, speaking of, didn't somebody just like a minute ago tell me to go twice as fast as I'm already going? I can't do that. I'm going at this speed because this is the speed I can go. Also, I don't like rap figures and people that promote murder and illegal and illicit activities, so I probably wouldn't do Tupac anyway. But I could if I wanted to, which is what you asked. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No need to start cursing, sir. I only work per commission, guys. I'm not gonna make a Batman just for funsies. I wish I could, but I can't. That looks better. Oh. Nope. Unacceptable. What are my thoughts on mixed media figures? Black series figures with cloth. As long as the cloth is well suited for the figure, then I don't really care. But most of the time it's not. Black Series tends to do okay, but I mean I've reviewed all of the Black Series figures up until relatively recently, so if you're curious you can check it out. Whoa, whoa, Batman's easily the best DC character there is. So let's not go saying don't say stuff you can't take back. Batman's design is dull? You have to be joking. Batman's a badass. You want a dull design? Look at Superman. That's a dull design. I was mostly joking about the Tupac stuff. I just don't do real people. Alright, I'm getting too finicky here. Not finicky, that's... well, I guess it's kind of the word. Doesn't matter. Let's just leave it the way it is. How can you possibly like Superman and then say Batman's design is dull? That's unacceptable behavior. That is unacceptable by every possible definition. Ew! Ew! The AVP Elder's Cape is not good. It's so bunchy up here. There's way too much material. Doesn't hang well either. They did use the right material, I'll give them that, but no. No. Not that cape. What will you use for straps and such when you finally run out of Mr. Sinister capes? I barely use those anymore. Hey, we're not talking about their powers or their backstory, we're talking about character designs. And you cannot prefer Superman's design over Batman. Actually, no, you can prefer it, but you can't say it's better. How's that? Who's being negative? Was somebody being negative? Knock that shit off. Bam. Shoulder pad thingies are a go. They're not really shoulder pad thingies. What's going on here? Turn that off. You get off my screen. Boop. Boop. Nope. Nope. We're missing his boobs. Shit. Right material is what I meant. My bad. Well, I don't... What? Are you asking about for the straps again? Well, I don't use those, so I don't have to worry about that. But I use neoprene. No, they put the original Superman was meant to look like the strong guys of the time period, which had the trunks over their pants. Like, they wore the trunks, not pants. Not over the pants, just wore the trunks. So that's why they did that. To imitate that. Who's cursing? What's going on? You keep saying people are being negative and cursing. Now I don't know what you're talking about. Is that happening? Alright guys, get ready to watch this go away. We don't really need it anymore. We got what we needed out of it. Wait a minute. I had 4 neck pieces? How many do I have on here? I only have 3. Well, I'll screw around with the neck pieces anyway. That doesn't matter. That's the other thing. I really don't want to get into a nerd debate about superheroes. John, you need to stop. Handsome, you've been banned twice already? That's it. You're banned. That is one of the problems with Superman. They make him stupidly powerful for no apparent reason all the time. He's just, whatever it needs to be for the situation, he can do it unless somebody holds a green rock near him or uses magic. Isn't that a thing? The magic thing? I think it is. He's just so lame. He's a lazy writer's wet dream. That's probably vulgar. I shouldn't say that. But I already did. I apologize. Lightning? He's allergic to lightning also? For somebody who flies in the sky a whole lot, that might be a problem. Most of the DC writing is pretty terrible, in my experience. And I don't read comics, but I read about the stories, and most of the writing is terrible. That being said, most of their characters suck. DC's just not as good as Marvel overall. I like a lot of things about DC, but they just don't have what it takes. In many cases. See, I don't think there are a lot of good characters. I think there are a handful of really good characters and then a whole lot of bad characters. And I think the best characters that DC has are the ones that are less super and more like regular bad guys. Kind of like Joker, for instance. I think DC Comics is a comic company reluctantly. They're more like a crime novel company. And then Marvel is the exact opposite. They're just going full on crazy with their stories most of the time. I don't know how you comic readers can deal with it. It seems to me like they have no idea what they're doing at all, and they just keep coming up with crazy shit because they don't have anything better to do. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the case. They're either out of ideas or too busy spending their time trying to push some kind of agenda rather than writing good stuff. From what I can see. From the outside looking in, that's what it looks like. Maybe that's not the case, but it's kind of what they're It's the image they're projecting publicly. I did not watch Exo Squad. Come on. Not gonna happen. Oh well. Hey, we got the top part done, mostly. I did want to try one thing, though, before we go. I don't remember what my original plan was for that cutout. They may not even make collector type figures. It might just be kids stuff. I don't know if I like that cutout in there anymore. I don't know. I don't feel like it really needs it after seeing it without it. Do we make Iron Man instead? I do kind of like having that cut out. I can do that manually though, I think. Yeah. Let's just delete that. I don't think we need that cut out on the chest. We can add some details or something in there, but... No, that was just a joke. See you later, Steven. Thanks, Zai or Z. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Alright, I think we're done for the night. I'd like to keep going, but I'll probably do it on my own time instead of streaming. That way I can go watch TV while I work. Alright guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody. I will be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more sculpting like this. We may do another collection setup stream at some point this weekend, but I don't know. I'm kind of busy. So we'll see. But either way, have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next time.